let's try to understand how we can graphically in the sense on the number line, how we can represent this linear inequality. Okay, now let's start with a very simple example, then we'll go for different types of problems. So first one, very simple example. Say you have let's say x is less than 3. A very simple example, very simple example. Now when you have x less than 3, there is a way of presenting this over the number line. Okay, now suppose say, alright, so whenever we talk about the number line, so first let's draw one number line, one simple number line. Okay, say you have a number line here. We start, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Alright, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Now what we have, see the value is x less than 3, correct? Now when we have x is less than 3, we represent it in a much different way. So in the sense, see, you know that the values what will be is 2, 1, 0, also decimal places, all real numbers, correct? So when we represent this one, we write one empty circle at 3. It's an empty circle. Okay, and then what we do, we are going to take the line, and from here you are going to represent this entire thing. So what you just saw here is x less than 3. Whenever you represent this, so we are going to write one hollow dot. So this hollow, whatever you have, this represents that it is a strict inequality. Okay, it's called as a strict inequality because any value lesser than that, only that we are going to consider. That's why it's called as a strict inequality. Now you have slack inequality also, correct? Something like, say x greater than or equal to minus 3 by 2. Assume this is the value. Now for this one, what do we do? Again, so we are going to take the line, number line. Say you are going to take from here to here. Okay, say this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Anyway, not every value is actually important. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Okay, let it be till here. Now, x is greater than or equal to minus 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2 is minus 1.5. But what you should understand is that this is a slack inequality, correct? Now, for slack inequality, what we do, see, it's minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 is between minus 1 and minus 2, correct? So, we'll take this value. So, here you are going to write one circle, but you also are going to make it like a round circle, like this. Okay, so, and then you are going to write greater than, correct? So, we are going to write from here till here. Now, what you have to understand is that whenever you have a slack inequality, so like this one, this represents, it's a slack inequality. So, you have two of them, strict inequality, slack inequality. For a strict inequality, you are going to have a hollow circle. For a slack inequality, you are going to have a solid circle. Okay. Now, this is how we represent the linear inequality over a graph. But see, here I am giving you very simple values. But then, since you have seen in the previous problems, you have to reduce the inequality and get the value of x, correct? The same thing we are going to do now. That is, we'll solve just 3 problems. Very simple 3 problems we'll solve, just to make you understand how these inequalities can be represented on a number line. Okay, so now let's start with few problems right now. See the problems. There are 3 problems, right? So the first one I'll solve. See, first you need to solve, then you have to represent over a graph, correct? So let's start with the first one here. See, the question is 3 into 1 minus x is less than 2 into x plus 4. normal solving, 3 minus 3x less than 2x plus 8. Now transpose, so as in the sense 3 transpose to the other side, 2x transpose to this side. Minus 3x minus 2x is less than 8 minus 3. Minus 5x is less than 5. Divide this by minus 5 to get the value for x. When you divide by minus 5, x is greater than minus 1. Okay, now it's a strict inequality, correct? So let's write down the line here. So for this one, very first thing, x is greater than minus 1. So we start, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, say minus 1, minus 2, say this is minus 3. Since it is a strict inequality, what we are going to write? We are going to write just a normal circle without the shading part, correct? And since x is greater than minus 1, so what we'll do, so minus 1, so we are going to write a line like this, a circle, and then we are going to write the line this way. This is the way how we represent x is greater than minus 1. So since it is greater than minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Fair enough? So this is the answer, the graphical way of presenting a linear inequality. So this is the answer for the first one. Now let's do the next one. Look at the second one. First you have to simplify, correct? Let's start with the simplification. See, on the RHS you have to first take LCM, just like in the previous video what we did. Let's start with the LCM here first. So for the second one, you have x by 2 greater than or equal to. So one more thing, remember it's a slack inequality, it's not a strict inequality. So make sure you understand how you are going to plot this on the number line. So you have 15. So here you have 5 times 5x minus 2 minus 3 into 7x minus 3. X by 2 is greater than or equal to 25x minus 10 minus 21x plus 9 whole over 15. There was a very similar type of problem in the previous case, if you guys remember. Now x by 2 greater than or equal to 4x minus 1 divided by 15. Cross multiply. 15x is greater than or equal to 8x minus 2. Correct? 8x minus 2. Now what do? You take the 8x to the other side. Now if you take 8x to the other side, 15x minus 8x. 15 minus 8 is 7. So 7x greater than or equal to minus 2. So what do we get? X greater than or equal to minus 2 by 7. Guys, we got x is this value, greater than or equal to minus 2 by 7. Again, let's start with the number line now. So first we draw the number line, here only we'll draw. See, since the value of x is very small, minus 2 by 7, correct? I'll try to have the difference between 0 to 1, 0 to minus 1 a little bit bigger, so that you can clearly understand where the value comes. Fair enough? So in this case, what you have, the value of 0 is here, say 1 is here, 2 is here, and in this case it is say minus 1, say this is minus 2. Just so you identify where minus 2 by 7 is, you create a little bit of gap between 0 to 1. Like make sure that the scale is more. You're scaling the values up so that you understand how it can be seen, or the presentation. Alright, now it's a slack inequality, correct? So for a slack inequality, you write a circle, but you have to shade the circle. So in this case, see, you are trying to figure out where is minus 2 by 7. So minus 2 by 7 is a decimal value, and also it is in the negative scale. Correct? So minus 1 by 7, minus 2 by 7 keeps on going. Minus 1 can be written as minus 7 by 7. That means between 0 to minus 1. So see in this case, that between 0 to minus 1, you have to divide that into 7 parts. Correct? So when you do it by 7 parts, around here, you are going to get the value of minus 2 by 7. This value, approximately. So now what do you have? Is that greater than, correct? So the value is going to be like this, or the graphical presentation is going to be this way. This is the answer for the second one. Okay, now let's do the third one. See the third one. You have 5x minus 3 greater than or equal to 3x minus 5. Again, transpose 5x minus 3x, 2x is greater than or equal to minus 5 plus 3, right? So 2x greater than or equal to minus 2. So x is less than or equal to minus 1. Guys, x is less than or equal to minus 1. Less than or equal to, right? So first thing, slack inequality. So what do we do now? So first let's draw the number line. So we are going to have the number line like this. This is 0, say 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Minus 3, minus 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Less than or equal to minus 1. So what do? We write the slack inequality at minus 1 here. Correct? And since it is less than or equal to minus 1, so what we do? So we are going to take this and we are going to put it across this way. Because it's less than, right? That's why. Understand how we represent it graphically? So the three problems, whatever we have done so far, this represents the linear inequality on a number line. Okay. Now what if you have two variables? Then what do we do? Okay. So those kind of concepts you guys are going to learn in the upcoming videos. So you will solve few more problems, but not based on the number line, but based on word problems, which will start from the next video.